Next we have a text. It is a prose, The Will to Win. It is a story about a girl, Anita Gushwaha. This is the name of the girl, Anita Gushwaha, one who came over the hurdles in her life and became a girl star. She is a girl star. Now let us go to the text. The Will to Win. The title is The Will to Win. Unit 3. Prose. The Will to Win. The will. What is the meaning of will? It is the guts to come over anything, to become a star or to achieve the goal. You must have the guts. That is what this girl has got and become a girl star. Something may be difficult, but nothing is impossible. Whatever you think it is difficult will become impossible if you have got the will. That is what the narrator of this text is saying. How pleasant it is to see girls in groups along the street carrying school bags, chatting, giggling and pulling each other's plate. The plate. It is the hair and the hair of the girls making designs upon that. It is called plait. Adjusting the flowers on their hair, picking up the fallen flower through it is half dry to place it on the plate again, and some plaiting their hair on their way to school. It is generally the girls. You might have seen the girls going to the school in groups, and they will be giggling, chatting means talking to each other, and giggling means laughing, and pulling each other's plate, adjusting flowers on their hair, picking up fallen flowers through it is half dry, though it is half dry to place it on the plate again, and some plaiting their hair on their way to school. That means combing their hairs on the way to school. You might have seen them. And some girls are very serious looking. And not all the girls will be going like that. But some girls will be very serious. They won't talk to each other even when in group. It is hard to pull them out of their shells and involve them in conversation. Who knows what ails them? In this paragraph, it is hard to pull them out of their shells. The shells meant the hard covers. The tortoise has got a hard cover, and when it is disturbed, it pulls in its head, and it is very difficult to pull it out. In such a way, some girls, they don't talk to other people, and they will be very serious looking. Even when the other girls pull them in their conversation, they will not talk to them. Such a way, some girls behave like that in shells. And I can very well say it is square. I give the name square. Square means they will be having their own boundary, they will be having their own limitations, they will not come out of it. And I call them square. Who knows what ails them? Ails means the pains. What difficulties physically they have got, what difficulties they have got mentally, and that who knows what ails them. They may be having lot of troubles, lot of problems. Some carry on with a smile, unmindful of whatever burdens them, and some girls, they don't care about, they don't bother about the things happening in their life. They just ignore it, and they get along well with others. They keep the umbrella of prudence open and allow the rain of criticism to pass by. It is a very nice saying, prudence. It is a wisdom. Using their brain, using their ideas, they will just come out, they will just pass by the criticisms made on them, and whatever they feel in the public, they will just ignore them, and they will go on forever. And such girls are also there. They are star performers. Very good it is. They are star performers. Here is a real life story of one such girl star, Anita Gushwaka. It is a story about Anita Gushwaka, girl star. She has become a girl star. How she has become girl star? Let us see in the text. And she is living in Bochacha village, and it is in Musafar. It is in Muzaffarpur and in Bihar. She is living in Bochacha village. The Bochacha village is in Muzaffarpur district and it is in Bihar state. Her name is Anita Gushwaka. She lives with her parents and two younger brothers. Life was not a bed of roses for Anita. Life was not a bed of roses. A bed of roses. And not a bed of roses. That means her life was with hurdles, with thorns in them. It is not the bed of roses. Like bed of roses, it is not so smooth. She has to cross many hurdles in her life. The life was not a bed of roses for Anita during her childhood. How could it be? She was born in a poor family in a village in Bihar, which is saddened both by floods and drought. And this Bochacha village was suffering from floods and droughts. Drought means without water, hot and without water. Floods and drought. The village was suffering from all these things, and in such a village she was living with her parents. Moreover, parents in villages did not send their daughters to school, and Anita's parents were no different from other parents. See, mostly the girl students were not allowed to go to the school. They were not allowed to go out of their houses. Anita's parents also such. And after this we have a paragraph. Girl Star, a UNICEF project, is a series of films which document stories of girls from the most disadvantaged communities across 5 northern states. And UNICEF has got a project, and it has made some films, documentary stories about the disadvantaged, very backward, disadvantaged. Very backward. It is a very backward community. Disadvantaged, backward community. They have made films about them, and through attaining education have managed to break the shackles of society, economic constraints, to make a success of their lives and become self-sufficient. Shackles. Cycles, bondages. Bondages such as not allowing them to go out, not allowing them to speak to others, and not allowing them to go to schools, not allowing them to read anything. In such a way they had been suffering. So this UNICEF has found them, and it has given them the education. These young women have grown to become role models in their communities, and it is the UNICEF that has brought them out and that has given them, that has educated them, and they have brought them out of their community. They inspire young girls to go to school and continue their education. By showing the films, by educating them, by taking classes, they made the backward community girls to go to the school and have education. And they selected professions from the most conventional, such as teaching and nursing. And mostly the girls, they prefer teaching or nursing. And to the most conventional like archery, apiary, scrap management, which have traditionally been a man's domain. It is apiary. Beekeeping, archery, you know very well archery with bow and arrow, and now it has become a game also. Scrap management, that means waste management. All these things were done only by the men, and this UNICEF has changed it, and the girls have come into being, and they have come into all these works. They have just broken it. And there is a question at the back of it. What does the sentence "life was not a bed of roses" for Anita mean? What does the sentence "life was not a bed of roses" for Anita mean? It means that the life was not easy or pleasant for Anita. During her childhood, she had been suffering a lot. It means that the life was not easy or pleasant for Anita. We have the next paragraph. Though Anita wanted to go to school, it remained a distant dream. She wanted to go to the school, but she could not. She could not have the luxury of attending even the nearest village school. Then what would she do the whole day? If she was not going to the school, what would she do the whole day? How would she spend the whole day? What else but minding the goats which were grazing? Minding the goats. She was engaged in that minding the goats. She was fully engaged in that work, minding the goats which were grazing. Grazing means eating grass. The daydreaming. Poor Anita. She was so poor, and she had been doing this work all the day, and she was dreaming while the goats grazing. And this was a nagging question that troubled her like a dragon darting out of darkness. Nagging. Irritating. That was the question. And that troubled her all through the day. And the question was just disturbing her mind. And it was like a dragon darting out of the darkness. A dragon darting out of darkness. That question has come out of her mind like that. The comparison, the narrator is comparing this. Dragon darting out of darkness. Darting means coming out fastly. dragon darting out of the darkness. The question that was nagging her like this, and it is compared by the narrator. And what is the question? Won't I ever see freedom and the bright light of the dawn? Dawn means daybreak. Dawn. Daybreak. It is not telling the real daybreak, and it is a daybreak in her life. Whether she will come out of that. Which one? Minding the goats all through the day. The whole day she was with the goats. Whether she will come out of that or not. That was the nagging question that came out like a dragon darting out of darkness. Won't I ever see freedom and the bright light of the dawn? She sighed. The day dawned. One day it has come. Her dream has come true. The day has come. It had to. One day, Anita, with all her inquisitiveness, curiosity, entered the village school. Anita, with all her inquisitiveness, entered the village school with curiosity. She was allowed to read. She was allowed to have education in the local village school. She sat behind the children in the class. She was thrilled. Thrilled means excited. She was excited to sit in the class. Once she entered the school, there was no looking back. Anita was determined not to follow the herd. Herd means in Tamil we say mandai. All the people will be going towards one thing. All the people will be following a man, one who succeeded in life. Those people, they will not think about the other sources. I can very well say that nowadays the people are just falling upon the IT companies. All the people, those who are studying in the engineering colleges, they just choose the IT field and the computer science, and they just go like a herd. And that is what they are suffering now. She doesn't want to go like a herd. She wanted to be different from the happy at home girls who always ran errands, did the daily course, and were resigned to their fat course. It is correct pronunciation is chores. It is chores. Chores means it is the routine work. In those villages, or in her village, we can very well say, in her village, the girls have to do the same thing, grazing and going back the goats and cleaning their sheds and cleaning the households and doing some household works and cooking and other things. And she doesn't want to go like that. Anita doesn't want to go like that. She wanted to be different. Anita gathered courage to speak her mind to her parents. And she was having the courage to talk to her parents. In villages, it is considered an unruly behavior to speak against the parents. She, unruly, not obeying. Standing in front of the parents and talking to them was banned in those villages. In such a way, they led their life, and Anita wanted to break it. She spoke to her parents. A gross obedience, a gross disobedience. It was treated, the girls were treated like that. Sin, disobedience or sin. Yet Anita begged, pleaded, and persuaded her parents. Anita, what did she do? She begged, pleaded, and persuaded. pacified, persuaded her parents to making them agree whatever she says. She made that success. She begged, pleaded, and persuaded, and she talked to her parents, and she just pacified them. One of the school teachers convinced Anita's parents, and one teacher, she supported Anita. Finally, Anita won her parents' approval. And scoring high marks was not Anita's aim, nor was it her goal. Like other girls, one who is going to the schools, she doesn't want to score high marks, but she wanted the mere pass. All she wanted was to be educated. She wanted only the education, and she successfully completed her schooling and entered a college. Her parents cooperated with her. They did not trouble her with grazing the goats or with the household chores. Their parents also supported her. And she reached the college and she got education. She took evening classes for the school children and earned some money. The very nice work she was doing. And she took evening classes, that means tuition. She took tuitions and earned some money. This helped her to pay the college fees. Some older boys in the village did what all they could do to stop the children from attending her evening classes. And the boys in that village, they just mocked her and they stopped the girls, those who are going for tuition also. And she had to face that. Anita had to face that also. But that did not work for a long. Children went running to their loving Anita Didi's class. Didi in Hindi, Didi means elder sister. Didi in Hindi. And it is just in English, it is given as it is. And the children, they loved studying in her tuition. The climax in Anita's story was the day she noticed the lychee trees in full blossom. Lychee. It is a fruit. It is a kind of fruit, and it will be so small with a brown layer upon it, and inside there will be the white, very white, and in the center of that fruit there will be a seed, big seed. But it is the taste of that lychee fruit is just sweet and sour. It will be very nice to eat, and its origin is China. Origin is China. Nowadays they just grow it in the hill stations. It grows only in the hill stations. Lychee fruit, and in full blossom. The lychee tree was full of flowers, and hundreds of honeybees hovering, lingering around those flowers. They wanted to suck, they wanted to take the honey from them. So the honeybees were hovering around. The idea flashed. By seeing that, suddenly there was an idea in her mind. Why can't I do the beekeeping? Sell honey and make money. So she selected the beekeeping. By seeing those bees hovering around the lychee flowers, she had an idea to do beekeeping. She attended the course run by the government on beekeeping. In some non-governmental organizations, they give training for this. She saved an amount of rupees 5,000 from the evening class earnings. She was taking tuition and she just saved 5,000 rupees from it, and she bought 2 boxes of 4,000 for the purpose of rearing bees. To have the beekeeping, we have to make a beehive, and we can very well take out this, and inside the box there will be like this, and here the bees they just collect their honey in that. In such a way, she bought some boxes, 2 boxes for rearing bees. She spent the rest of the money on buying sugar to make syrup for the bees and cleaning the beehives. It is called a beehive. Beehive, and you must have seen on the trees or on the rocks, on the corners, the bees having a big hive like this. They will be hanging down and with full of bees upon that, and inside there will be honey, and the people, they just take it out and squeeze it. When they squeeze it, they will get the natural honey out of it. It is called beehive. And when we grow the beehive, when we grow it at home, we need to do like this. That was in September. By December, she had to double the number of boxes because the winged visitors. This is very nice saying, winged visitors. Who are they, winged visitors? Because we have got a question at the back regarding this. Winged visitors, they are the bees. A large number of bees, they came to her beehive and doubled their numbers. She was delighted. She was very happy to see them, to receive the winged visitors. Anita continued to learn the techniques of beekeeping. Often she was stung by the bees, and in the very beginning the bees stung her and her face and hands got swollen, and she was ridiculed for trying her hand at beekeeping. Ridiculed. Made fun of. That is what most of the people do whenever we start or whenever we do some good things. The people around us will mock us, will try to make us make fun of us. So like that, Anita was also ridiculed by the people, and they thought that was the work of men, not of women. So keeping a domain predominantly held by men. Undeterred by the pain, undeterred. Undeterred. It is not stopping by failures. And in the very beginning, she had to face a lot of hurdles, and she did not stop it by the pain and inconveniences, the troubles she had faced. She continued to perfect the art of beekeeping. Now she wants to become a wholesale trader of honey, and she wanted to become the wholesale dealer, so that she can procure. Procure means collect. Procure. Collect. That means she made all the other villagers to do the beekeeping, so that she will be able to be the wholesaler. So by that way, she helped the villagers also. The villagers for the correct price. She cycled her way to attend many village meetings. She went on by her cycle, and she met the nearby village people and made them and asked them to start beekeeping. Because of Anita, the entire village is progressing. It is improving. Is not Anita really a girl star? Of course she is. In fact, she is the morning star, leading the villages from darkness to light. And she was given another name. She is the morning star. She was given another name, morning star. Because leading the villages from darkness to light, she just brought them out from the dark. Her bicycle moves on and on and on, and the entire village too. The entire village has also progressed because of Anita. That is why she is called Girl Star and Morning Star. We have some questions, and in your textbook, page number 146, at the bottom of the text, you have some questions. What was the nagging question in Anita's mind? What was the nagging question that was disturbing her mind? Should I keep minding the goats all my life? This was the question This was a nagging question. It is given in your question. So, nagging question in Anita's mind. Should I keep minding the goats all my life? That was the nagging question in Anita's mind. That was irritating her. Do you think Anita was unruly in disobeying her parents? Do you think Anita was unruly in disobeying their parents? And this is a question raised to you people. See, so we have to give our own answer. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I could see Anita as a brave little girl who could speak her mind to her parents. With a brave heart, she talked to her parents. And in those days, or in that village particularly, and talking to her parents was banned. Talking to their parents were banned. So in that manner, in that situation, she talked to her parents and got succeeded. No, I don't think so. I could see Anita as a brave little girl who could speak her mind to her parents.